how to avoid failing in trading. I have done this for a long time. I can tell you the most painful lessons are the ones that I resisted most. And you probably will do that too. As a developing student, as a break-even trader, a trader that maybe sometimes makes money and gets excited and then loses it. You're going to go through a lot of different pathways off the main well-beaten path that I'm laying in front of you. You're all going to try to do your own little thing. That's normal. But it's important for you to realize that, that impulse, that tendency, if you will, to want to be the guy, the gal, the person that trailblazes and makes it a new path. It branches off into a different direction, goes here, goes there. If you don't have the experience doing it, that's a gamble. It might be very adventurous, it might be fun, it might be one of those adrenaline rushes. And like the lottery, you might be able to pull something off. It just might happen. But most of the time it won't. So when I or anyone else that have gone through things and learned very valuable lessons, that my intentions are to spare you the pain and that monetary loss and the doubt that, if you try to do it too quickly and you fail, it's real easy to say, I can't do this. I won't be able to do this. I'm not going to be profitable. Carl's going to be correct and I'll be working next to him in this cubicle for the rest of my life. And that's a lie. That's something that you're inviting to be your reality, but it isn't really your reality. It's just a result. It's a result of you doing the incorrect things and trying to skip over the necessary lessons. And I'm going to talk a little bit about what I observed with my son when he was trying to do the Top Step Combine. And talking to him, listening to his reasons for what he was trying to do and what he was wanting to overcome and what was the feelings afterwards. And I'm going to tell you what I counseled him to try to focus on and how to get over that. Because now he has that scar tissue, that inability to have that fresh mindset where, you might lose money, but let's not focus on that. Let's focus on all the upside and stay motivated. That's very difficult. That's very, very difficult to do when you fail. When you lose, when you blow an account, when you fail a combine, or if you get funded. And then once you get the funded account, you lose the plot, you lose focus, and you're so much in a hurry to just get to a level where you can ask for a payout because you need to feel like you've done something. Well, you have done something. You've grown, and you have to be able to appreciate those mile markers. And that's the number one thing you do is you log, you journal every time you climb to a new plateau of understanding and growth in your understanding about yourself as a trader, because that's the factor. That's the thing you don't see coming. That's the thing that's going to hit you from the blind side. That's going to derail you. It's not me. It's not me holding back a lesson. It's not somebody else selling a course. It's not somebody else giving you a signal, because it's ultimately you that will undo you. And you don't see it coming. When you first start doing this, you don't really appreciate the risk. You don't. Nobody. I didn't. I did not. And nobody does. And the number one thing you have to understand to avoid failing in trading is that you have to have the mindset that this is for you. It's just like anything else. You're not gonna be 100%. And one of the lessons I taught, well, I taught on this many times, but when I'm not able to focus, if I'm having a period of time where I'm having a lot of different mood swings because of my bipolarism, it's hard for me to wrestle that. And sometimes because of real life, maybe a relationship issue that my wife and I are wrestling through because of a child, or maybe, like recently I lost one of my pets, and that is very hard for me. So I've been angry. I've been trying to replace that absence of not having her, and wanting to do something else to make myself feel better. And going into the marketplace, I know that my mind isn't going to be clear, and I'm wanting to find a victim. I want to go out there and smash somebody upside the head and take something from them because I'm hurting. When you do these types of things, when you do these things in your trading or trying to pass combines, trying to push your funded account because maybe you're angry about missing an opportunity, or you're angry because you took a loss and you regret it because you knew in the back of your mind that conscience was telling you, don't push the button. This isn't the best trade idea for you. And you're really not looking at your model. You're just looking at, oh, it might go up there or it might go down there. And many times before, where you just felt like you had to do something, you got to get into a trade. It's not your model. You have no idea really what's going on, but you just think it's going to go up for about 5 to 10 handles, or maybe 10 to 15 pips. And that's really not your model, but you just want to get in there and do something. And if you win, well, it's just like having a scratch off on the lottery. Chances are you're not going to make any money, but what happens if it does? That'll really make my day good. That'll really brighten up my day. That would really lift my spirits because, the universe opened up its graciousness to me and gave me something I didn't deserve. And it's going to make me feel good. It won't. It won't. Because as soon as you do that, you're going to feel like, wow, maybe I'm on a roll today. Let me go do it again. And then you'll lose. That happenstance. So that's gambling. These are things that people do. And this is exactly what I did when I was younger at 20 years old. I did these things impulsively because I was not happy where I was at in my life. I wanted to get back with my first wife. I wanted to have more money. I wanted to have a sense of accomplishment. And I didn't want to do the things that I saw the rest of my family doing, which is work the rest of their life for nothing. The way you avoid failing in trading is not looking at temporary setbacks as definitive failure. That's the problem with why everyone wants to avoid a losing trade. Because you classify that as a failure. Well, not really, ICT. You're really making an extreme out of that. No, in your mind, that's exactly how you see a losing trade, a failure. No. That was a tax on your participation in the marketplace. You can't escape it. The tax man will come for every one of us. And as long as you're profitable, taxes are a nuisance. I could go on a long rant about that topic, but you can't avoid it. And if you spend your entire early part of your career worrying about what happens if you take a loss or losses or going to drawdown, you want to know what that feels like. But in the beginning, you're trying to do everything you can to avoid that, when that's the very thing that you need to have to test your mettle. You need to figure out who you are as a trader in that environment, because that is the battlefield.